Imagine that you live in a world where all people do not have the ability to even walk, where all people do not have the ability to even get out of bed on their own. A world where all people suffer from severe, life-threatening illnesses like cardiovascular disease, heart disease, diabetes, and so many more health-compromising illnesses. There is such a simple way to prevent these illnesses, and all you have to do is be physically active and mentally healthy. A simple and manageable place to start is with our adolescents, the basis of Gen Z. A simple and easy solution is to incorporate physical education and mental education for all high schoolers for all 4 years. This statement may cause you to be like, wait, isn't physical education already required? This is true, but according to the California Department of Education, physical education is only required for 2 years, while health is only required for 1 semester. This absurd bare minimum is simply unacceptable. Let me tell you why. For many parents, one of their top priorities is having a child that is not sick and healthy. Requiring PE to be incorporated into all high schoolers' schedules would ensure that students are at a bare minimum receiving daily physical activity. This is absolutely essential because according to Concordia University, more than 80% of adolescents do not receive enough physical activity per day. Physical activity is scientifically proven to improve the health and fitness of people who are active at least 30 minutes a day. One of the leading causes of death in the US is cardiovascular disease. This primary cause of death can be reduced by an entire 24% with daily physical activity. Also, being active boosts your immune system. Your immune system will allow you to get sick less and make you a more healthy person. Just to stress how important your immune system is to you, without it, you would constantly just get sick over and over again. And at one point, you would just die. And for those out there who aren't too sure how an immune system actually works, your immune system creates, stores, and distributes the white blood cells in your body. Your white blood cells fight bacteria and viruses that enter your body, especially during cold and flu season. If this rings a bell, a top priority of many high schoolers is to have good grades because these grades will be seen by colleges that could very well determine their future. Physical activity is scientifically proven to allow students to focus more. In a large-scale study conducted by the Journal of Pediatrics, information on over 12,000 students was compiled together. Information on each student's timed mile, body mass index, and their grades for math and English from standardized testing were compiled together. After researchers studied the data, they concluded that students with a higher level of fitness received higher scores. There are a countless number of studies that show this. If students are more physically active, they will have raised performance in schools and raised test grades. But you may say that on the contrary, if students weren't spending so much time and classes on physical education, they could be taking other classes, like AP classes and honors classes, to raise their GPA. But what is the point of having good grades if you're sick, unhealthy, overweight, and have countless other detrimental health issues? There's no point in getting to Harvard if you're so overweight that you can't even get your foot out the door to go to orientation day. Also, according to Livestrong.com, never exercising can lead to irregular sleep patterns. With irregular sleep patterns comes many impediments, like the inability to concentrate, drowsy driving, depression, and sometimes even suicide. Dilemmas like drowsy driving and suicide are right around the corner of death, and we do not want to take that risk. As for the health aspect, as beneficial as all the benefits are that you can receive from physical education are extremely beneficial, but we can get more along if we add mental education. As we can see, mental education and physical education must come hand in hand. Michael Phelps, an American former competitive swimmer, who is the most successful and most decorated Olympian of all time, with a grand total of 28 medals, suffered from depression. This is a perfect example of why physical and mental education come hand in hand. If an athlete like him, with such a high level of fitness, is still able to become affected by depression, it simply shows that just being physically fit is not enough. The mental aspect is also required. Health education will include students gaining a basis of knowledge in physical, mental, social, and emotional health. It will also teach students and motivate them to improve their health, prevent diseases, and reduce risky behaviors. The class will set students' lives on the right path and steer them away from the dark road full of vapes, drugs, and so many more harmful activities. We may all be thinking right now, why 4 years though? For physical education, we want 4 years because we want our adolescents to be healthy and not be burdened by countless detrimental health issues. As for the health aspect, I'm not saying to take a semester of health every single year, but simply to have one homeroom period every month to remind students of the paramount importance of good health and the dangers of many harmful activities in our present-day society. And I understand, we don't all have the power to directly implement these programs into a school system, but we do have the power to spread awareness. We're not all principals, we're not all teachers, we're not all staff members of a high school. We can't all do this, but we can all help spread awareness. And if we keep spreading awareness, at some point, this news will reach somebody who does have the direct power to implement these programs. As I am doing now, I am spreading awareness. And I hope that maybe there are some of you out there in this audience that do have the power to help implement this program. And if you do, don't stand in the shadows and think, wow, that's a great idea, but then forget about it the next day. Be the one to make a change. One of my favorite quotes is by activist Mahatma Gandhi. He once said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." Gandhi's telling us that the change starts with us. It doesn't start with a random person that you pass by as you were walking in here today. It starts with you. There is no change if you won't take the chance to grasp it and make a change. So, after hearing all of the benefits of physical and mental education, it is impossible to ignore what needs to be done. So, for your family's sake, your sake, and the sake of all the members on our planet, physical and mental education must be required for all 4 years for high schoolers. Thank you.